equated, it was also very much sort of similar to being on the brand side. Why I'll tell you. Because on the publisher, when you own the platform, you have a say. You can guide them. You can tell them like this will work and this will not work and maybe you should do that. You can come up with interesting propositions and unique viewpoints. Thankfully, as all Indians do.
Indians are always creative.
Majorly, at that point in time, I believe when I graduated, it was around 2012 or something. That's when everyone was an engineer. Like you would think later, which is not a good thing, but you'd later decide that what is it that you're gonna do. So
पहले तो मैं भी chef था.
So quickly coming back, I think your relevant skills. I think publishing. I would say now with the Gen Z coming in, a logical connect.
Important.
Right?
Again, an important part.
Because as we all have been sort of reading and working with the Gen Zs, we know that for them, what makes a brand tick is the fact that it needs to resonate with them with respect to their ideas.
Hi Diksha, thank you so much for coming. This is our first marketing lesson for aspiring marketeers, and aaj will not be discussing on any topic because you have good 11 years of diverse experience. Publishing roles hain, I mean brand side काम किया, agency side काम किया. I just want our aspiring marketers to understand how this industry works. You have good 11 years of experience जिसमें आपने publishing roles भी किए हैं, brand side भी किया है, agency side भी किया है, and startups भी करे हैं. तो we'll be discussing more about your experience. कैसे कैसे roles आपने करे हैं, क्या experience रहा आपका, क्या आपने सीखा है वहाँ से?
Thank you so much for calling in. And as you said, since there is no topic, I do feel that there's a lot of pressure on me to make this interesting. But I'll try and give you like a summarized view of what I've done so far.
नहीं, experience share करोगे ना वैसे interesting हो जाएगा.
Sure. So I'll start from the beginning. When I sort of started working in the field of marketing, I started with a now well-established company, but at that point in time, they were just building it up. It's called Chrome Data Analytics and Media. I was a marketing manager there. They are now into market research, and at that point in time, they were very specialized into, like you had TAM ratings, they were into OTT rating at that point in time.
Achha.
So that was my first sort of brush up with a startup experience and a very B2B experience of marketing. So I started my journey with a very B2B role. Then I moved on to AFAX. Now that's when my publishing journey started. So AFAX, as you know, is an advertising and media portal. And there I would say that I have had like one of the best times in my career. And I think this is the honestly, the best experience that a marketing person can have, wherein you're not only dabbling on one brand. On the publishing side, as on the agency side as well, you get to work with multiple brands. So your learning sort of goes and expands across the verticals.
Right.
And I started working with AFAX in one capacity, but over the years, because I spent almost 3 years with AFAX, it sort of evolved. So I have done events with them, I had done B2B marketing, I had done digital marketing with them, and even within events vertical, creating your own IPs. For example, they had come up with a lot of their own specific events, and which they are very known for now. They're still continuing, but the genesis of it thankfully started when I was there. So that was a very interesting experience, and that was honestly, you can imagine it being a medium-sized company, and we were all very much together and working and brainstorming. So it was very, very interesting. Then I moved on to DB, a much bigger brand. DB Digital, I joined their digital vertical, and that was my transition from B2B to B2C now. And I believe that was very much required. When I made that transition, I was very conscious of what I was doing. I was getting into vernacular, and I was getting into from a B2B mindset to a B2C mindset of a marketer.
Difference क्या आता है? मतलब mindset बिल्कुल change हो जाता है?
I believe that a lot of industry experts and especially the hiring managers might not agree with me, but I, as a marketer, having worked in both the categories, I feel that you have to understand the nuances of the audience. For example, when I am talking to a B2B business, my TG are businesses. So my discussion and everything is around the profit and the good that I can do for their business. And together how it will be. Another difference in B2B and B2C is the mediums you choose. So for example, like anyone can tell that for for a B2B, the first thing on digital which comes to your mind is LinkedIn, right? For a B2C, you'll think about Meta ads, right? And that's where it differs, like your mindset and where your TG is and how your TG sort of speaks, that changes. The third difference is the tonality. How I'd speak to Sudhanshu as a consumer of let's say an OTC product versus you becoming a tech CRM client, it'll be completely different.
Correct.
And then the peripherals, like how would you treat their complaints, all of it, the CRM handling of it, all of it changes. With B2B comes niche, specialization. With B2C comes the scale. And I think as a marketer, you should be able to understand and appreciate the differences. But if you want to be a holistic marketer, you need to understand both. So I see that there are still a lot of hiring managers who say, we want someone who has worked so and so on so and so products, tech-based product for so and so years. I mean, it only gives you one myopic view of something. I think for a marketer, and my advice to everyone, at least in my experiences, have a holistic view of something. Get a well-rounded experience to know both. And then when you know what's on the other side, you have a better viewpoint to contribute to the business as well. So I think that's the difference. Quickly coming back to completing my journey, then I moved to the agency. After DB, I moved to the agency, which was Group M, and I can say that I was really fortunate to have worked. There was a specialized agency called Essence. We had the global media mandate for Google, and my clients were Google. So it was my first digital stint, so to say, where I was the digital media planner, and I was working for Google. And everything, to be very honest, it was intimidating. It wasn't like some other client that you can spin something on, and not that you intend to, but a lot of things can fly with someone who could probably have slightly limited knowledge versus the agency, because you hire an agency for their specialization, right? Now here on the other side, you have a client, they know more about their product.
Exactly.
So you have to be an expert of it. Otherwise, you should not even utter which doesn't sound right and which isn't good for the brand. So that taught me a lot of consideration and a lot of understanding of the business. Like, please know your shit before you sort of go on and explain it to others. So I think that was a very necessary and important experience. And after the Group M experience, I moved on to the brand side. Now on the
publishing roles में और agency में क्या अच्छा लगा? दोनों के experience में एक core major difference क्या था?
I think publishing role is, if I were to equate it, it was also very much sort of similar to being on the brand side. Why I'll tell you. Because on the publisher, when you own the platform, you have a say. You can guide them. You can tell them like this will work and this will not work and maybe you should do that. You can come up with interesting propositions and unique viewpoints. Agency experience is, to be very honest, it has to be in accordance with your client's requirements. Like your purview and your scope of work is what the client has given you.
Quick tip लेते हैं यहाँ पे हमारी ऑडियंस के लिए डायरेक्टली, ठीक है? एस्पायरिंग मार्केटर है, उसको अपने करियर के इनिशियल स्टेजेस पे पब्लिशिंग रोल को एज अ करियर बनाने के लिए क्या-क्या पॉइंट्स उसको कंसीडर करने चाहिए?
First of all, you need to know that which role are you sort of applying for and in which category do you have the skills for where you can contribute. I started my career as a technical content writer. I'm a B.Tech graduate.
I also started my career as technical content writer.
So at that time, people like us probably who were very creative, and thankfully, as all Indians do,
Indians are always creative.
Majorly, at that point in time, I believe when I graduated, it was around 2012 or something. That's when everyone was an engineer. Like you would think later, which is not a good thing, but you'd later decide that what is it that you're gonna do. So
पहले तो मैं भी chef था.
So quickly coming back, I think your relevant skills. I think publishing, these guys are quite open. I'll tell you, versus agency and your brands. I've seen that publishing, on the other hand, they're quite open to the new talent in the sense that they don't require you to have a certain years of experience in that particular field only.
अच्छा.
Right? If you were to look at any JD for an agency or for a brand, you would have seen a lot of transitions both ways, like from agency to brand and brand to agency. But they both have this certain criteria that should have these many years years of experience in a certain
Right,
category.
right.
Talk about consumer durables, talk about automobile, that's what they say. Same goes for agency. They are looking for people who have relevant agency experience.
हाँ,
Publish-
and brand side experience होता है तो consider भी नहीं करते
Consider
हैं.
because उनको लगता है कि you're so specialized in one way, right?
हाँ.
You can only think about one brand. Agency, being on the agency side, you should have that capability A, to multitask, and two, to think strategically on multiple things, which is also a very interesting skill to have, which you
Right.
need to cultivate.
Right.
But on the publishing side, the good part is that they are open to a newer talent. At least when I started my journey, they was, and they really, like, honestly, I think my interview was taken by this gentleman who was the CEO of AFAX at that time, Mr. Prasanna, and he just took me on the basis of my merit.
Wow.
Like, he really didn't look at my technical degree. He gave me, I still remember a very interesting topic, power dressing in Adland.
अच्छा.
And I still have that article. And he made me, he was like, you go home, 3-4 hours, send this to me.
अच्छा.
And purely on the basis of the merit as to how I could think about it, how I can strategize about it. Like, what do you make of it? He hired me. So I would say that if you're applying for a publishing role, you're still decent, I'd say, level of acceptance. They do evaluate you on merit.
Right, right.
And at least that was my experience. And the other thing is that if you come from a specialized background, let's say you come from IIMC or any communication degree, that helps. So if you have that, that's amazing. But even if you don't, like me and like you, at least I was a
मेरा
BTech.
तो बिल्कुल ही अलग
Yeah,
फील्ड थी.
BTech in computer science. I mean, no relation with publication at all.
Not at all.
But I was thankfully given the relevant opportunity purely because of the merit. And they really evaluated me on the capabilities that they could think I can, like the capability that I have and what they can do about it.
Right.
To get into publishing, I think having a relevant degree always helps. If you're good enough, you will get through. So of course, your command on the language is very important. Another thing that will really help you to crack not just publishing but any sector is to know what's going on. I think the current affairs.
ये तो वैसे भी इम्पोर्टेंट है.
Yes.
आप जॉब के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे हो, आपको मार्केट के ट्रेंड्स नहीं पता, आपको करंट स्टैंडर्ड्स नहीं पता, तो वैसे भी काम नहीं करने वाला. तो ये तो वैसे भी मैंडेटरी हो गया.
Other than that, I can't think of anything that I did differently to get a job.
Okay.
Not in publishing. Others, yes. Not this one.
एजेंसी साइड में.
I'll be honest, मेरे लिए it was very difficult to get through.
Okay.
Because I was coming with a bouquet of experience from market research firm and then the other two, which were your AFAX and DB. Imagine, at that point in time, I was trying to make a transition from not just a publishing role per se and a content marketing role that I was in, but to digital marketing role, which I,
Right.
as per them, had not done. And the client that they had on the other side was Google.
Google.
So I must say that it really took their biggest bet on
Right.
me. But yet again, I'll be happy to sort of tell you, for me, what mattered was the continuous applying. Sometimes it will work out, sometimes it will not work out. But I had seen that prior to cracking my job at Group M, I had already taken 2 interviews, and I knew the kind of questions that they would ask.
Right.
And in any interview, one of the important tip is the authenticity. I think agency folks, as you would know, they love authenticity. If you don't know anything, please tell them.
नहीं पता.
Right? Nahi pata. They will do something about it.
Okay.
Mostly. Once you're in the ecosystem,
Haan.
it's good to be authentic.
Right.
And the other thing that I learned was that if you don't know something, but if you can show your relevance and your skills from the previous experience, which can make a difference now. So for instance, what helped me to crack the interview was also tell them that though I might not have the skill at this point in time, but I have prior experiences of working for different brands across categories in my previous roles.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So I could relate and I could tell them that look, this was also something that I started from the scratch. Though I don't have the technical educational capability to understand that immediately, but with time and with keenness to learn, I was able to learn and hone those skills. So similarly, I'll be able to bring back that same curiosity and that same vigor. I'm really keen to learn it. And I would say the confidence, I still remember my hiring manager was Aprajita. We're very much in touch. She's working for Google right now.
Okay.
And she was amazing. Like, while she was a little, hesitant, but I believe that she saw something. Honestly, I'll tell you, there was no good word was put in. I was certainly evaluated on the basis of merit. Referral is something else. But
मुझे रेफर कर देना.
yeah, like in agency, what happens now, as you would know, that they would say that this guy is coming. So in so many years of experience, exactly there's a skill match or a experience match. You graduate to a different level level of conversation. Basically, you don't test them as much.
Right.
You know that
Correct.
you're going to either hire them for their personality match or the fitment to the role, or you would not hire them.
Correct.
But in this case, it was a very different scenario where everything was sort of evaluated.
Right.
And I think kudos to her for taking the lead. And thank God that happened, because I learned a lot through that experience. It was honestly one of the best experience, because that taught me as a marketer measurability.
That is important.
Measurability, thankfully, I learned about it like almost early in my career, because once you have that understanding, you have bigger understanding. You would know how
Correct.
measurability can impact the businesses.
Right.
When I sit in the rooms, I tell them that these KPIs would be impacted, and these KPIs in turn would impact your business in this way, and your ROI or your ROAS or whatever that the company decides to evaluate their success on is going to be impacted with respect to this trend. You get to talk business if you know measurability.
Right.
I think that happened through that agency experience.
Right. And then agency से brand side.
That was another challenge, because imagine
क्योंकि ये भी बहुत मेजर ट्रांजिशन
बहुत,
है,
हाँ,
बहुत
मतलब,
मेजर ट्रांजिशन। आई मीन एजेंसी में आप मल्टीपल ब्रांड्स के साथ काम कर रहे हो, कभी कभी रिपीटेटिव टास्क भी लगता है एजेंसी में। आप वही सोशल मीडिया कर रहे हो, या ज्यादा कैंपेन्स कुछ आ जाते हैं जो आप कर रहे हो। ब्रांड साइड पर 360 डिग्री आपके पास आ जाते हैं, सब कुछ करना है आपको, तो वो तो ट्रांजिशन ही बिल्कुल अलग है।
I'll tell you 2-3 things. One, when I was on the agency side, I was also in this delusion that marketers or the brand manager, they give up their work to us. We are working all the time.
Right.
They want this, they want that, they want media plans like this. So much work for us. What do? They have an agency to service them, right? So I used to think they've got it easy. Absolutely wrong. It doesn't happen. Once you go to the other side, oh my God, you're not dealing with one agency, you're dealing with multiple.
Right.
You're like the project custodian, the brand custodian, and to get everything in order
Right.
is a task. So first off, anyone who thinks that agency to brand transition is easy or it will make your life simpler, or is this the reason why you're moving to the
क्योंकि ये
brand
बहुत
side?
बड़ा माइंडसेट है ये एजेंसी साइड पे स्पेशली, कि यार सारा कुछ तो हमें दे दिया, ब्रांड क्या कर रहे होंगे।
बिल्कुल गलत है ये। और ये मैं एक्सपीरियंस से कह रही हूँ, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है। Coming back to the topic, wherein how did Honda happen for me? Out of the blue, I got a call from one of the HRs, and we are interviewing for Honda. And I was like, I'll just try my luck. I'll see how it goes. And I was very sure that it would not happen.
अच्छा।
And I had honestly gone in to see what the experience is like.
Right.
Till now, if you look for any JD in the marketing, why am I honestly connecting the JD to this? Because it will make everyone understand that what are the key requirements when you move from one role to another. Now coming back to the JD, for any automobile or a consumer durable or an FMCG company, still they don't hire people from other backgrounds. It's very difficult, and I understand why they say it. When I got into Honda, I knew why they would want someone who know all this. Because आपको बिल्कुल ABC से सीखना पड़ता है।
Correct.
तो या तो आपके अंदर वो क्यूरियसनेस रहे और आपके अंदर वो एजिलिटी है। एजिलिटी, मेंटल एजिलिटी इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू लर्न समथिंग न्यू एट ऑल टाइम्स।
Right.
तो आप कर सकते हो, अदरवाइज इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट। व्हेन आई जॉइंड Honda, I didn't know how to drive, let alone be the product manager, brand manager for a car. And it was a digital marketing role at that point in time when I was being interviewed for that. And within one day, from start till end, I had 5 rounds, right from the HR at that point in time. Within marketing, there was a director. And to that level, like I was finalized and told that you're in on the same day. And there was another gentleman from Maruti who was interviewing for the same role.
अच्छा।
And I thought I had zero chances. But later on, now I'll just tell you, in the hindsight, when I view it, what worked for me was my authenticity. This is what I know, this is what I don't know. Keen to learn, yes, but this is my expertise.
Right.
Now, another shift was happening on the brand side at that point in time. When I joined Honda, it was still like, you would get some budget for digital. That's how it used to happen. When you would get just some budget for digital, let's be on digital as well. Because your main focus were other mediums.
Right.
Your TV, your print, your OH were the main chunks.
इन ब्रांड्स ने इतनी जल्दी तो डिजिटली अपने आप को मार्केट करने का सोचा भी नहीं था।
बिल्कुल नहीं सोचा था। और ट्रेडिशनल ऑटोमोबाइल एक लग्जरी और एस्पिरेशनल कैटेगरी होता है।
और ये ट्रेडिशनल मार्केटिंग ही करते आए हैं।
Mostly, yes, because that's how used to sort of build aspiration amongst the TGs.
Correct.
And digital presence was certainly important for them. And when I joined, it was I think towards the end of 2019. They had decided that they needed a digital expertise because probably they had tried and tested having a digital agency on board. I guess they were also taken for a ride by the agency because of not knowing the know-how.
Acha.
You know.
Okay.
So what worked for me was the fact that I was coming from the agency.
Right.
I could speak their lingo.
Right.
I understood what they were trying to say.
Correct.
What they were trying to sell us.
Right.
And how do you sort of make it relevant for the brand.
Right.
So my experience on the agency side, even during the interviews, while they didn't think that how would you do this, how would you learn this, do you know how many products are there, how many parts are there in the car, or do you even drive and all that, those questions were asked. But honestly, at the end of the day, that was not my job profile. My job profile was certainly to be the digital marketer.
Exactly.
And that time, everything on the peripheral was something that you can always learn.
Right.
And I showed that keenness to learn. So that's how that happened. And with zero expectation, I believe because I had zero expectation, I could be myself. I wasn't there to sort of shatter something or nothing like that. I was there certainly to take advantage of that experience and learn from it. So that's how I moved to the brand side. And since then, I would say comparatively easier to crack the other roles because I've been a brand custodian once, so you get that trust from the industry as well.
Right.
So yeah, that's how it happened.
2019 या 20 मतलब कोविड से पहले डिजिटली करते थे एडवर्टीजमेंट्स, बट वो एक मस्ट हैव वाली चीज नहीं थी. जो ब्रांड्स है उनको कन्विंस करना कि डिजिटल मीडियम भी बहुत बड़ा सोर्स ऑफ कस्टमर एक्विजिशन बन सकता है. इज इट डिफिकल्ट टू कन्विंस देम या बहुत इजीली हो जाता है कन्विंस?
Like a one-word answer right now is no, it's not at all difficult anymore.
Back
That
in
has
2019.
changed. Yes, yes. But I would say when I started my journey, that's when, as you said, that digital was good to have, but not a must-have. It was good to be, if you wanted to have like a well-rounded marketing strategy within your marketing mix, you would give like 10%. Some would give an even lesser. The ideal was
मतलब
at that
entire
time.
marketing budget का 10%.
Or the ideal, I believe, in some places would be like 20%. So all those fundas were very different to the industry, etc. But yes, it was never considered like a major platform to communicate or to reach to the TG. I would say up until 2019 as well. Like digital was growing, and the fact that the penetration of the internet is now even thanks to the digital India and so many other things. Like I would say our citizens are also very pro in using mobile now. Everyone is focusing on being on the internet in one way or the other. The latest, I'm not sure if you're seeing the reel, but you know, you get a lot of trends from the rural India now, right? The reels are trending and other people are making reels on that. So it has now just look at the level to which internet has penetrated.
Exactly.
So the fact that the entire ecosystem is evolving and you also want to reach to that guy, you have to use a medium that they are using.
Right.
And they are not necessarily using TV or print because then the education sort of barrier comes in. All of that. So digital was anyway growing at a pace where it would have taken a major marketing share. Slowly, steadily, it was anyway going to get there. And digital would look, you know, TV and print in the eye and say like, you know, I'm here, I've arrived. But I think, you know, because of COVID, it all got catalyzed. I think we were pushed to the limits at that point in time, and digital came to our, you know, to save us, to save a lot of brands. I'll tell you one anecdote. I remember when the COVID had hit in the year 2020 with Honda, and I still remember very clearly that April 2020 was the month when Honda actually unfortunately recorded zero sales because everything got shut down so suddenly. In March, if you remember, like a week back, the lockdown was announced and everything was shut. Like zero sales because we had no other way to get sales.
Exactly.
And to be very
बाहर ही
honest,
नहीं निकल रहा था कोई.
of course, I mean there was no way to get sales, right? So I mean nothing could have helped us at that point in time. And Hyundai, I remember our competitor at that time had started, you know, booking online and started their booking engine. Now that's when I'll tell you the power of digital came to the fore, and it almost sort of rescued us in those tough times. And then it became like very relevant to the brand. In the year 2020, when all this had happened, we had to immediately turn around and give a solution.
Right.
So that's when marketing came to aid business. When we gave a solution of something called Honda from Home, which was Honda's first online booking engine. We launched it as a booking engine. It also evolved into a buying engine. And that's how we got the bookings into the system. And I remember I had a very minuscule, like a laughable budget to market that pan-India. Very minimal budget. And we marketed on our social media and through a performance
Kitna
campaign.
budget tha?
Very less. You can I can not reveal
No,
the exact amount,
that's
but it
fine. That's fine.
was much lesser than 10 lakh. Imagine a brand like
Right.
Honda pan-India campaign and you're spending way less
Way
than 10
less,
lakhs. How
right.
would you reach to your team?
Right.
But that's when the tactical marketing also came to the fore.
Correct.
I'll tell you how it sort of happened. Even when we would consider, audiences, like who would be your priority. So while targeting, we focused on people who are actually, in fact, in marketing. I didn't want to reach Sudhanshu, who was yet to make a decision.
Right.
I probably want to reach to a Diksha, who was already in the market, who
Right.
had been researching and now wanted a solution, and now the COVID has hit.
Correct.
And at that point in time, cars were very relevant because using a public transport meant that you would be inviting in a lot of germs, and COVID was
Correct,
still
correct.
a very dreaded virus
Right.
and a deadly virus as well. That is why having a personal safe space, and that's how we were trying to position and tout it as.
Right.
That you need to get your personal safe space. Not that we said it like that, but that became like one of the reasons
I mean,
to
even
buy
if you
it.
are out, you are on road, you will be isolated.
It became one of the need of the hour at that point in time. We
Right.
couldn't change our positioning or anything at that point in time. But the fact that it was a sense of safety that you would have once you have your own car was one of the reasons a few consumers were still in the market
Right.
and were ready to buy. But as a brand, also have to be there where they, like for instance, while we were contemplating if a user would book something like a car online, that was so wild for our organization at that point in time to imagine. But I would say, kudos to Honda, kudos to the team, and kudos to the senior management to be able to understand that, this is the need of the hour. We'll have to pivot. There are organizations who don't pivot, but we pivoted.
Right.
So I'm very proud of the fact that we were able to bring about that change as a marketing team to the business ecosystem
Right.
for Honda. So the Honda from Home sort of was a genesis from that. The marketing, the performance, like everything, I would say, from mass, it became tactical.
Wow.
It became very much relevant to the
Correct.
business.
Correct.
Like, how can I support my business? How can I do something to ensure that my company continues to run and get the
Right.
business from the
Right.
Indian market?
Right.
And that's what we solved for as a marketing team.
And I hope
for,
अभी वो budgets लगाते होंगे.
I'm sure, yeah. There are a lot of budgets. I see Honda everywhere, Honda Elevate everywhere. So very proud of the fact that they're out
Correct.
there, they're doing what needs to be done. So very proud of my organization and how they're doing it right now. But yeah, at that point in time, I would say that instances like these, they prove the mettle of the relevance of marketing and what it can do. And I prior to that also, but since then especially, as a marketer myself, not as a cost center, when I go and ask for a budget from my senior leadership, I don't only show that I would do this and this, like the superficial matrix, and you give me the budget. No. I also talk about business. I also talk about the fact that how will it impact, how will it help and assist our sales teams in enhancing their business, right from a small flyer to your social media post to your campaign. Everything has to be related to the business KPI. If I as a marketer would not understand the business KPIs and the business goals for my organization, then I will not be able to give the desired results. Then I'm marketing for a different reason. Yeah, that's a change in the approach that also happened for me as a marketer after that.
Great. You have worked brand side,
Yeah.
agency side, publishing roles भी किए हैं.
Yeah.
तीनों देखा है. I mean, you have
Yeah.
seen all the three segments, how these segments work. Aspiring marketers को क्या बताना चाहोगे?
I have a few tips handy which I'd like to share with everyone, and I hope it really helps, which I feel is very relevant in today's day and age. You're a marketer for a brand and you're always thinking from a brand's and a company's and products viewpoint. You should not forget the consumer lens. You're also a consumer. That sensibility and that inclusivity, all of that, you should be able to, your first filter as a marketer, I believe, should also come from yourself. Like the art of critiquing your own work and not taking everything so seriously. Like, I have done this, I've put USPs, I've put the logo in the right position, I have a very clever punchline, I believe that, it's going to crack it. While all of that really is important and a very important part part of how you build anything and everything together. But don't forget how will it be received
Right.
towards
That
the
is
end.
important.
That's very important. The recent example, I don't know if you're aware, but you must have seen the fiasco which has been caused by the Bombay Shaving Company's print ad. I mean, in all honesty, I believe that if they would only have had the consumer lens,
Right.
sometimes, you know, we're enamored by our own intellect and creativity. We feel
Right.
that, you know, we've delivered a masterpiece.
Right.
But I think not leaving the consumer lens and having that lens.
मतलब brands जो है वो अपने campaigns को बनाने में इतना खो जाते हैं
Yes,
कभी-कभी
yes.
they
Yeah.
forget it how our customer is going to take it.
Yeah.
And
So-
that backfires.
And that
backfires very badly.
Yeah, I mean, आप ये सोचिए कि there is a lot of effort that goes into building a brand, the consistency, the messaging tonality, and I really
Right.
sometimes my heart goes out to the marketers that it's very difficult.
Right.
But you know, something as small as this, which might not be as small,
Right.
they were trying to do like a smart moment marketing and something which they felt probably, I'm sure that their intentions were good only. Right, with a good intent only, you had done something which was insensitive.
Right.
Not losing the consumer lens is one of the most important tips. Start early, and I think that will be something that can possibly stay with you.
Right.
The second is that having an integrated approach. Now, when I say integrated, it has become like a big thing. Even agencies have been formed on this, wherein, you know, we will give you an integrated approach, which is like offline plus online. No.
Right.
When I say integrated, I mean as a marketer, when something as simple as when I'm briefing my digital agency or my mainline agency, when I have the brief ready, maybe it is the right time to brief both of them together.
Okay.
That will give you like a diverse perspective. That can also impact your strategy. Maybe you have one thought. Now, let me crack the campaign first, and then I will think of how do I disseminate. But who said that one has to come after another? Why can't
Absolutely.
it be a simultaneous process?
Right.
Both can evolve together. Maybe your understanding itself can evolve. Having the ability to take the divergent viewpoints and having that integrated approach.
Right.
Another concept of integration is not only your mainline and digital agency putting together. The other way it can be looked at is see how you are able to collaborate with the teams across. An integrated
That is
approach
again
could be that the way sales want this campaign to work for it.
Right.
Like, you know, have a certain business goal.
Right.
The marketing should have the same goal.
Exactly.
So, you know, you start from the scratch. In Honda, we used to say something called A00, which is basically your first sell of the Excel. What is your A00? Start with why you're doing it.
Exactly.
Right? So have that approach from the business perspective. Like a business and a brand, a company might have a different perspective.
Right.
Basis that they are launching a product which will have a sales perspective. And similarly, combine that along with the marketing perspective.
Correct.
That will give you that if I am doing these efforts, what is my sort of an end goal with
Exactly.
respect to my business objective. So that's another. The third thing I believe that is very important. I think it really goes out to the young marketers. When I was also young now, and I've seen a lot of agencies complain about it. You have that experience, not having the clarity of brief.
ये बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है.
It's-
I mean, जो strategists के पास ये briefs आते हैं ना, sometimes they just start working on it without understanding what exactly the essence of that particular brief. Things start falling apart then and there only.
Absolutely, because you don't know what do you want from the agency.
Exactly.
How can I expect you to deliver something to my heart's content when I don't tell you what I want?
Exactly.
And I don't give you enough material for it. How will you do your research? How would you know what my perspective is? What all have I looked at?
Right.
And then I have come to you.
Exactly.
So I think the art of giving brief, I'll be very honest, I learned it not in a good way, but I learned it at Honda. I was also apparently, I'll never forget this. My boss really appreciated the brief that I had made.
Okay.
And she sort of circulated it across the marketing team that look, this is how you give the brief.
Wow.
And it's very important to have a structure to your brief.
That is
very,
important.
very, very
That is
important.
so important.
You need to give the perspective to the agency. What is your product planning team thinking? What is the data that you have? What
Right.
is your audience is saying? What were the reasons that you failed? Or if you succeeded the last time, how would you want to replicate the success? What were the
Correct.
measures of success? All of that. And within that, you tell the RTBs of the product. Like, you know, what is important? What is so nice about your product? So, for instance, if my product is, you know, this, and this, let's say, but you must be able to tell the agency see that, oh, does it have anything industry first? Does it have anything which is a unique proposition which your competition doesn't have?
Right.
If it is honestly the same thing as the competition, then does your audience look at it, or maybe you look at your brand in a certain way that you can talk about? Maybe I'm not high on features, but is there anything else that I am high on that your agency can talk about and which can be part of your campaign?
Absolute.
Right? And another thing that I forgot, like the data. Like you need to be able to back up with the data. It should not be an anecdotal evidence. You should be talking from a point of view of the data, and it should be as recent as possible, right? So all these things, like do your work as a marketer.
I mean, it shouldn't be on the basis of assumptions.
That's what I'm saying. No anecdotal evidence. You should talk basis the numbers. Talk to your internal teams first. Get the data that you need to. Speak to collaborate with your, different business teams.
Right.
I'm sure there must be someone in the strategy. There must be someone in the sales. There's someone who would be working on ground and might be collecting the actual consumer behavior.
Correct.
As a marketer, I believe it is your responsibility to sort of get it all together.
Right.
Integrate it, make sense out of it, and then give a brief to the agency.
That is important.
So, and this should start early. Like even if you're like a 1 or 2 year old into the ecosystem, you should know how to give brief to the agency.
Yes.
Never verbal, always written with full clarity.
Right.
If something is missing, feel free to add on.
Right.
And that's when the true collaboration with the agency begins.
And have multiple rounds of calls as well. I mean, to make them understand what exactly the essence, what needs to be delivered.
Correct.
Before even delivery, what needs to be understood.
You should have a briefing session.
Right.
Yeah.
That is important.
Yeah. So that's also very critical. And I think other than that, like once you have these 3 things, one, as a marketer, as we talked about it earlier also, have that curiosity to learn.
Ultimate importance.
Not look at the technology in a way. I do understand that it can be uncomfortable. I do understand that you might think that this is not relevant for me right now. But for you to be a relevant marketer in the future, not just right now, think of technology as a way to expand your capability.
Yes.
And not hijack your job or something which is just too difficult to decipher. You'll hire a specialist.
Right.
It shouldn't be like that. You should have that learning and keenness and curiosity in you. You don't have to be a specialist, but to be able to have a chat with someone who is going to help you out in the future, you should know what they are talking about.
Exactly.
So keeping yourself posted, while this is as cliche as it can be, but it is a very, very important tip for people who are trying to sort of make a career out of marketing. That's what I had.
Diksha, since you have a good brand management experience and you are currently managing a good brand, so what exactly, according to you, is branding?
Very interesting. As we all know, branding is nothing but you trying to create a positive perception amongst your TG for your company, brand, product, right? Like especially for your product and company, that's what branding is. But if you ask me personally, what is my interpretation of it, then I believe that I have 2-pronged approach to look at it.
Okay.
One is, I feel that branding is honestly an identifier for your TG.
Okay.
Now, when I say identifier, what I mean is that it is the way that someone recognizes you, right?
That is true.
Now, that recognition could be, or that resonance, if we were to sort of use a slightly evolved word, that resonance with the TG through branding or an identifier could come in the form of, emotional connect, could come in the form of functional connect, financial connect, depending on how affordable your product is. And I would say now with the Gen Z coming in, a logical connect.
Important.
Right?
Again, an important part.
Because as we all have been sort of reading and working with the Gen Zs, we know that for them, what makes a brand tick is the fact that it needs to resonate with them with respect to their ideas. Like a sustainability is something which is they're very high on.
Right.
And if you want to be sort of relevant to them, you need to have an identifier or build an identifier which resonates with your teaching, depending on whosoever you are.
Right.
So that's one approach that I look at it. The other approach, which is a more simplistic approach, just to purely understand the concept, is branding is equal to trust, which, if you were to interpret it further, would be equal to reputation and now relevance. So a very simplistic understanding of this. So these are the 2-pronged approaches that I follow and I try to integrate, and that's when we have a narrative for a brand.
So guys, पूरी वीडियो से I hope आपको बहुत सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन मिली होगी, स्पेशली एस्पायरिंग मार्केटर्स के लिए। बहुत चीजें हमने डिस्कस करी हैं, एक पर्सपेक्टिव देने की कोशिश करी है, हाउ एजेंसीज वर्क, हाउ ब्रांड्स वर्क, पब्लिशिंग रोल्स में क्या होता है, एंड नाउ will be coming up with more marketing lessons for our aspiring marketeers. Must watch other videos as well. Like, follow and share.